Have you ever felt like you weren't welcome somewhere, even in your own home? I have, and it wasn't because of a person. For 3 months, I lived with my older sister, and let's just say she had a roommate I couldn't see. She's had this ... presence attached to her for years. A strange, unseen entity that seems to follow her wherever she goes. And during my time there, I learned just how real it was. It started with small things you could almost explain away. But the explanation started to wear thin really, really fast. Whenever something truly bizarre happened, my sister would just give this little shrug, a look of tired resignation on her face, and say, "It doesn't like that you're here," and she wasn't joking. You could see in her eyes she meant every word. I tried to laugh it off at first, thinking she was just messing with me, typical big sister stuff. But the feeling in that house, it was heavy. There was a constant sense of being watched, a prickly sensation on the back of your neck that never quite went away. It wasn't my house, so I tried to be a good guest, stay out of the way. But apparently, that wasn't enough. The nightly routine was one of the first things that got to me. Every single night, without fail, we would go through a lockdown procedure. We'd check the front door, lock it, slide the deadbolt. Check the back door, lock it, slide that deadbolt too. We'd walk through the house, shutting off every single light, making sure the TV was off. The kitchen appliances were unplugged. The house would be dark, silent, and secure. But every morning, it was the same scene. I'd come downstairs to find the back door, the one we had double-checked, standing wide open. Not just unlocked, but physically open, as if someone had just walked out. The kitchen lights would be blazing, and sitting on the counter, the electric kettle would be switched on, hot and steaming, like someone had just been about to make a cup of tea. My sister didn't even seem fazed by it anymore. She'd just walk over, turn off the kettle, shut the door, and start her day as if it was completely normal. For me, it was anything but who or what was making tea in the middle of the night. Then things started getting personal. It felt like this entity was specifically targeting me, trying to make me as uncomfortable as possible. One Friday night, my sister and I were getting ready to go out with some friends. I was in her room borrowing some of her makeup. I used her liquid foundation, a brand new bottle she was really excited about. I remember being super careful with it. I used it, screwed the cap back on tight, and put it right back in the center of her vanity, exactly where she kept it. We finished getting ready, and about 10 minutes later, as we were about to walk out the door, she went to grab it for a final touch-up, and it was gone. We looked everywhere. We tore her room apart. We checked the bathroom, my room, the living room. It had simply vanished into thin air. She was furious. She was convinced I had lost it, or worse, stolen it. I swore up and down that I had put it right back on her vanity, that I saw it sitting there. But it was gone. She didn't believe me, and the argument got pretty heated. She ended up making me buy her a new one the next day. I was so angry and confused. I knew I hadn't taken it. I knew I had put it back. But there was no explaining it. It felt like I was losing my mind. Fast forward about a year. My sister was packing up to move to a new apartment. I was over there helping her sort through her things. She was going through clothes she kept in storage under her bed. She pulled out this old, zipped-up suitcase. Inside the suitcase was a shoebox, taped shut. She pried the tape off, opened the box, and just froze. She called me over, and there it was. The exact bottle of foundation, the one that had vanished a year earlier. It was sealed inside a shoebox, which was tucked inside a zipped suitcase, which was stored under her bed. There's absolutely no logical way it could have gotten there. Something had taken it from her vanity and hidden it in the most impossible place. When she found it, she just looked at me. No apology, just a look that said, "See? I told you. That was the moment I fully accepted that something deeply strange and unexplainable was happening in her life, and it had a serious problem with me. But the most terrifying incident, the one that still gives me goosebumps to this day, happened about halfway through my stay. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I got home from work around 3 p.m., and for the first time, the house was completely empty. It was rare because 5 people lived there, so there was always someone around, but that day it was dead silent. The quiet was actually a little unsettling. I dropped my bag and went straight to the bathroom to wash my face. I was leaning into the mirror, inspecting my pores, and I found a pimple on my chin, so I started squeezing it. I was completely focused on my reflection, the world tuned out. And then a woman's voice screamed from the hallway right outside the bathroom door. It shouted, "Stop picking your face." The voice was so loud, so clear. It was like the person was standing inches away, and it sounded exactly like my sister. The same tone, the same inflection she used when she was annoyed with me. For a split second, I didn't even think it was weird. I just laughed and yelled back, "Shut up," without even turning around. I figured she'd just gotten home and was trying to scare me. I called out, "What do you want for dinner?" Silence, no reply. I called her name again, still nothing. A weird feeling started to creep over me. I slowly opened the bathroom door and peeked into the hallway. It was empty. The silence was back, but now it felt menacing. I walked out, my heart starting to pound. "Hello?" I called out, my voice trembling a little. I went into her bedroom. Empty. I checked my room, the other bedrooms, the living room, the kitchen. I searched every single corner of that house. No one was there. I was completely and utterly alone. My sister didn't get home for another 2 hours. There was no one in the house who could have yelled at me. That voice, that crystal clear, angry voice, had come from nowhere. I couldn't stay inside after that. I grabbed my keys and sat on the front porch, my body shaking, until my sister finally pulled into the driveway. I was too scared to be in that house by myself. I tried to tell her what happened, but all she did was give me that same knowing look. "I told you," she said. "It doesn't like you here." After that, I counted down the days until I could move out. I never felt comfortable there again. Whatever that thing is, that presence that follows my sister ... it made it very clear that I was an intruder in its space. I'm just glad I don't have to share a home with it anymore. Thanks for listening to my story. It's one of those experiences that changes how you see the world. If you've ever experienced something you can't explain, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more strange tales. Stay safe out there.